Hello and welcome to the second topic of ethical considerations of data on demand, the ethics of data collection. My name is Genevieve Milliken, and I'm the Data Services Librarian at the NYU Health Sciences Library, and I'm also one of the content experts for the National Center for Data Services. I will be leading the second module of our series, where we'll be talking about some of the ethical implications related to data and data collection and what that means more broadly in our roles as librarians and information professionals. Over the course of the next few videos, we'll be talking about a variety of topics, including what is data and data ethics, what is data collection, the ethics of data collection, as well as some additional ethical frameworks and population-specific considerations. So let's get to our first topic, data ethics. What is data ethics? But really, before we can talk about data ethics, we need to talk about data. So what is data? Let's start with the definition from the Open Archival Information System, which defines data as a reinterpretable representation of information in a formalized manner suitable for communication, interpretation, or processing. Examples of data include a sequence of bits, a table of numbers, the characters on a page, the recording of sounds made by a person speaking, or a moon rock specimen. So in parsing out this definition, data could be a digital file of binary ones and zeros. It could be a spreadsheet, a text corpus, a transcript for a qualitative interview, or even an object that is found in the physical world. In librarianship, data could mean patron data, library statistics, things like class evaluations, as well as library and information science-centered research. Now, the definition provided, while it might not be complete or perfect, it really is more or less what we think of as data in our day-to-day lives, especially in the workplace. So now that we've talked about data, I also want to touch on a topic, and that is research data. So in many research contexts, data is information that is traceable and recordable. And for the most part, this data will need to be in a format that allows for some type of interaction with a computer or computer-like operation. So we can think of data that'll eventually be used in something like Excel, R, or Python to do some type of quantitative analysis. Or we can think of data that is going to be used for qualitative analysis. So we can think of, a collection of audio files from interviews that will be analyzed and coded in something like NVIDIA or Deduce or some other program that will be used for qualitative analysis. So with this said, in research context, we know that this data needs to be recordable and in a format that can be processed by a computer or computer-like operations. And this data will become the basis for research, analysis, statistical significance, research findings, and conclusions. So now that we've talked about data and in a specific context, such as research data, we can now move on to talking about data ethics. So according to Floridi and Tadeo's 2016 article, What is Data Ethics? They provide a helpful framing for contextualizing ethics in our contemporary digital world. So in particular, the authors define data ethics as a new branch of ethics that studies and evaluates moral problems related to three areas. That first one is going to be data. So the generation of data, so how it is collected, how it's recorded, curated, processed, disseminated, shared, and used. And the second topic area are algorithms. So artificial intelligence, artificial agents, things like machine learning. In the third area are corresponding practices. So this will be any type of practice or procedure that will be going on the data. So all of this is to say we need to apply ethics to these three different areas, data, algorithms, and corresponding practices in order to formulate and support morally good solutions. So things like right conducts or right values. So in turn, the author suggests three axes of research that we should consider. And these are based on the three topic areas that I just discussed. So that is going to be the ethics of data, the ethics of algorithms, and the ethics of practice. So within these three axes, the one that is most concerned with data collection is the ethics of data, which really focuses on ethical problems posed by the collection and analysis of things like large data sets and on issues ranging from the use of big data in things like biomedical research and social science, to things like profiling and advertising, to things like open data. So with this contextual framework, I'm going to go ahead and end this video. And in the next video, we're going to be talking about some methods of data collection.